Sekeres and Price from Wall Center. Today's Bodog poll question: would Tom Willander have been your choice with the 11th overall pick? Yes, no, or you can say, hey, I'm unsure. Just want to check in on the results. Do so at Sekeres and Price on Twitter. Bodog, your source, free casino games, poker strategy, sports odds. Whitecaps in Kansas City Saturday, shooting for 2 straight on the road. That's a big ask with this group. I'm going to take the draw at plus 285 on your Bodog line of the day. Here he is from Elite Prospects, the director of film scouting, our NHL Draft insider from Nashville, Mr. Cam Robinson. What do you think of Tom Willander at number 11?
Boys, I'm not too mad about it. Obviously, my preference would have been Zach Benson. He was 5 on my board, best player available. I didn't believe that they would take him there, especially if Willander was there. And we knew, as the picks played out the way they were, that either Dalibor Dvorsky or Tom Willander were going to be there ahead of Zach Benson. So they got their right shot defenseman. I'm quite a bit higher on Willander than a lot of publications. But I've been chatting with scouts all week. A lot of teams liked him a lot too, for the same reasons I do. The kid has a lot of mobility. The second half of his year, he really stepped up, started to show his offense. He kind of got out of the shadow of Axel Sandin Palika on that national team. Had a great World Junior Under-19 tournament when Palika wasn't there, played like 40 minutes in one of the games, and that really kick-started his second half. I think he's going to be a really good asset for Vancouver, a player that they are desperately in need of, a position and a style, and I think it's a good pick.
Give us the scouting report, Cam, for those who might have missed your hits on this or just catching up with this name. What does he do well? What does he need to work on? And how far away do you think he is from playing in the NHL?
So he didn't really get a look in the SHL this season. He did get dressed for 3 games, but really no time. So, he's a junior age player. He's a junior player at this time, but the strength is the skating, without a doubt. He is a very, very good skater. He can project to be one of the better skaters on the team when he develops. So the mobility, the way he can transition the puck with his feet, I like his first pass. I really like his aggressiveness defensively as well. He's about 6'1" and only plays I think under 180. So he's going to need to put some meat on his bones to continue to play the way he does. But he hits hard. He knows how to time his checks, open ice in the corners. He clears the front of the net well, and with a little nasty edge to it too. He's not afraid to use the lumber. I think that he's going to be a couple years out anyways. Very likely that he'll play at least 1 year at school here, probably 2, and then come out, and then we'll see. So yeah, it's not a plug and play asset, that's for sure.
Is there a chance that he can find more offense in his game, even if the Canucks probably would be A-okay with him maintaining a sort of a 50-50 split of responsibility, but does he have the chance to improve on that end, do you think?
Absolutely, he does. I think that his offensive game has been undervalued by a lot of people in the public world, just because he has good instincts and he has those feet. And I think that he kind of deferred to Axel Sandin Palika on the international stage a lot and let him kind of run wild. And he was the guy staying back. And you saw it in the junior leagues when he was away from him, is that started to go away, that he started to really step up his offense, especially in the second half of the season. Like I said, the really interesting thing here too is that, he's going to school. And not a lot of kids come out of the J20 and then go to the NCAA. So he said, basically, he's like, I don't think the SHL is a really good developmental league for a player like me or maybe young kids in general. So, he's going the college route. I like that. He'll have more time in the gym. They don't play as many games. So he'll have an opportunity to bulk up, get some studying under his belt as well. And then I think that he'll be able to come out of school. And yes, I do think he could be a player that could generate some offense at the NHL level.
The one word I saw was elusive. Are we talking the same sort of edge work as Quinn Hughes, or in the same window at the very least?
Yeah, not many people are Quinn Hughes' level, but he is elusive. He makes players miss. So if I can get the internet to work here in Nashville, maybe I'll put out a bunch of clips of his game, because when he comes out with the puck and he's got some speed behind him, he makes guys miss with some head fakes. He's got a decent set of hands on him too. He can break pressure on retrievals on the forecheck too when people are forechecking heavy on him. So yes, he's an elusive player with the puck and going to retrieve the puck.
Give me the best case scenario and the worst case scenario on this player. What's his ceiling? What's his floor as you see it?
To be completely honest with you, his ceiling is a first pairing defenseman. And I don't think that is the most likely outcome, but it could end up being that type of player, because he has really good two-way instincts already, and then just the mobility on the right side, especially for a team like Vancouver. Now, would he be a perfect fit for Quinn Hughes as a partner down the road? I don't know. We'll see if he develops the strength defensively to really get to that level to kind of match up what Quinn does. So, probably a second pair guy is more realistic. And then obviously the worst case is the development falls at the bottom and he ends up being a depth player for you. But I don't foresee that happening. I didn't foresee that happening with Olio Levy either, but injuries can play a big role in these types of things. So hopefully he stays healthy, develops properly, and they get themselves a good player.
You mentioned he's going to Boston University and taking the rare route of the Swedish player to go through the junior ranks there and then go play NCAA hockey. One of the things that Blake and I were discussing is, it's a pretty big adjustment for a Swedish defenseman in North American hockey. That forecheck is on you, and it's vicious compared to what it is in European hockey with the European-sized rinks. I mean, great development here for the Canucks that he's going to do that learning in the NC2As with Boston as opposed to in the AHL or in
playing
the
21-year-olds, 22-years.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, 100%, boys. And like I said, it's a really unique path, and especially that he spoke out about it, that he doesn't think the SHL is a really good developmental league, and the NCAA is. So you're absolutely right. He's going to get his feet wet in North America here before he needs to turn pro, which is going to be excellent for his development because he will be playing against bigger, stronger, older players, but he's not going to be playing against men in the SHL and seeing 8 minutes a night. He's going to step in as a freshman, and he'll have to work his way up a little bit, but he's going to get a lot of opportunities in a hurry too, and it's only going to benefit him long term.
And no grinders in the AHL or anything like that, like 30-year-old grind. I don't think you need to.
He may encounter them.
Eventually, yes, yeah, but not as the next step. So that makes a lot of sense. How much anxiety might you have? Might Canucks fans have watching the players that are picked right after this pick here, watching Zach Benson's offensive totals rack up? Are you anxious in advance, or do you think this is going to take a long while to really determine a winner here at the 11th spot?
Well, I think that I can feel pretty confident and say that the Buffalo Sabres are a big winner here at pick 13, grabbing Zach Benson. Like, that is, their prospect pool is so deep and talented right now, and then to add a player like Benson is just pretty ridiculous. So yes,
with big forwards already, right? Like they got the Tage Thompsons of the world, that big bruising forwards. To have a little water bug now is perfect.
Oh, they're set up for a very, very bright future. And so I think that there is a world where Vancouver is going to regret passing on him, but I think Detroit did them a favor by taking Nate Danielson, because I think that one could have really ended up hurting them long term.
Well, that was my next question, Cam. The cameras picked up Patrick Alvin going over to talk to Kevin Adams of the Buffalo Sabres, who, as you just mentioned, owned the 13th overall pick. Simashev at 6 to Arizona. Danielson at 9 to Detroit. Do you think there were some broken hearts at that Canucks draft table? Were those two guys their guys at 11, and Willander was the fallback plan?
I had heard all week here that it was going to be Willander or Danielson for them, unless Dalibor Dvorsky slipped, and he almost slipped.
And he almost did.
Yeah. He almost slipped, and then I think without question he would have been the pick there at 10. But I can't stand here and tell you that if Simashev was on the board and they were coming up, that they wouldn't have taken Willander ahead of him, because I think that they might have done that anyways. I hadn't heard a lot of smoke that they're really all that high on Simashev, even though they should have been, because I really like that pick for Arizona too.
Cam, we know you got some work to do. We'll let you get at it. You'll be joining us again on tomorrow's pod. Thank you for this, my friend, and we'll catch up tomorrow.
All right, take care, boys. Thanks.
Cam Robinson of Elite Prospects, our NHL Draft insider from Nashville.
This clip brought to you by Whistler Golf Club. If you have a group of 12 or more, the group organizer plays for free. Inquire now at whistlergolf.com/groups.